Shalom, Yasharala, Shalom, giving all praises, honor, and glory to our power, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shah, Bahasham, Machak, Wadaj, double honors to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders at Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the hopefully elect of the tabernacles of David, scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, wherever you may be, Shalom, Yasharala, Shalom. Right, we're going to get into another various articles here. Kind of interesting. I don't think I watched all of it. What is the date? I can't see the date because I had this sitting there for at least a day. Okay, no, maybe that's something else. Yeah, for at least a day now. I'm not sure if it was a day or two, but I came back across it. So let me jump into this before I actually forget about it. Like I said, kind of interesting, and we're gonna play the video as usual. So it says, Putin releases 4,000-page report exposing how elites have rigged the 2024 U.S. election. Now, I'm not backing this up and saying this is exactly true, but what we are going to do is play the video so we can get into it. All right.
The U.S. presidential election has been rigged to ensure that people don't choose the president.
And also, this has been, one of the elephants in the room as of late, talking about the election, talking about the votes and things of that nature. There were in the individual, I believe it was in several states, if I'm correct, that burned ballots in the ballot boxes. People saying their ballot, which we did an article on that, but people saying that their votes being changed. One lady, it might have been in this video, because I said I watched some of this, but one lady was saying how, or it could have been another video that a brother posted. I don't remember. I watch it. All right, whether it was this video or some other video that brother posted, maybe in one of his lessons, but a lady saying how that somebody voted for her already electronically, some mess like that, and when she went on the day to actually vote herself, they're saying that she already voted. They gave her information about all this, and there was a lot of so there's a lot of craziness going on with these ballots, as we always know, because the thing is, this hasn't been anything new. What's happening is prophecies are being fulfilled. They're rolling out like hotcakes, okay? And so we're in a point in prophecy where the devil is about to come down with great wrath. So he doesn't have time to cover up his tracks on every step that he makes anymore. He was able to do that back then, especially coming up after the Renaissance period. He was able to do that back then. He don't have all that time now. He can't go cover up tracks or, I don't know. I mean, you get my point there. Like, you want to push some lie out there and then, make it believable and, pretty much hide himself. He ain't got the time to do that no more. All right, now, of course, there are still, some things that they do secretly, but he ain't got the time to cover up they don't have the time to cover up all their tracks anymore. So there's certain things out there that they're doing that are real sloppy and straightforward, and that's pretty much a part of prophecy, man, that these people will be revealed in their time, okay?
The president, according to Russian President Vladimir Putin, who has painstakingly compiled a 4,000-page report forensically detailing the crimes of the US deep state and globalist elites. According to Putin, the global elite believe the consequences of the US election are far too important to allow the American people to decide the outcome. And the 4,000-page report lists Klaus Schwab, Barack Obama, Bill Gates, and George and Alex Soros as co-conspirators in the plot against the USA. Putin has patiently gathered evidence, but according to Russian sources, he now believes the moment has arrived to expose the globalist deception and enlighten the public about the elite's true agenda. Before we dive in, join the People's Voice Locals community if you haven't. Voter fraud does not exist. For decades, crimes have been perpetrated before the eyes of the public, and anybody who dares to object has been labelled a conspiracy theorist. In 2024, the truth is finally starting to emerge. Brave men and women all over the world are rejecting mainstream media brainwashing and refusing to submit to the diktats of the globalist elites.
And the scriptures say that the truth that had been so long without fruit shall be declared. And that's actually done with the truth of the scriptures, the Israelites, and the Lord and Savior, and so on and so forth. But there's a certain level to it when you're dealing with this world, okay, where there are certain things that are coming out, right, that have been lied about or and misused or whatever the case may be. and the truth is coming out about a lot of things, because we're in the end time, man, where East time is up, man. His time is already up. All right, we're just waiting for the Lord to come back and actually stop the stopwatch. Okay.
I always talk about this. Nobody can force you to come to the polling station. Probably everything can be rigged, just like the previous US elections were rigged through mail voting. It is clear that it was voting by mail.
Ну, понятно, что это голосование по почте. Скупали за
They bought ballots for $10, filled them in, and without any supervision from observers, they threw them into mailboxes, and that's it.
наблюдение со стороны, там наблюдатели выбрасывали почтовые.
But it's impossible to force someone to come.
Заставить прийти невозможно.
You can't force anyone at gunpoint. If people didn't want to, they simply wouldn't have come to the polling stations, that's all. This is called voting with your feet, that's all. Here they came and voted. What is this other than democracy? The expression of the people's will is democracy.
All across the United States, and particularly in the swing states, citizens are having their votes taken away by the global elites, who are determined to install the candidate of their choice.
Well. I want to vote.
Okay, yep, it was this. Yep. So like I said, I had watched some of this video. I didn't watch all of it. So this is it right here that I was just talking about, okay? Where the lady was saying, listen to what she's saying about the voting thing here. And I'm pretty sure she's not the only one. Especially if this is fact, I'm pretty sure she's not the only one. Obviously not. So let's play video.
To vote, to do my civic duty, and give my ID. And the lady is like, did you submit a mail-in ballot? And I said, no. And she says, what's your address? Can you verify your address? Sure, here's my address. Matches my license. That matches my face because the picture on my license is me. And she says, well, you voted yesterday. I said, no, I didn't vote yesterday. I'm here voting right now. So what's the problem? I said, what's the problem? And she says, she asked for the little supervisor, poll manager, whatever, to come over. And they make a call. They can't tell me who voted for me or where they voted for security reasons. But I had to submit a provisional ballot that goes before a panel of 3 judges, and they have to approve my vote, the real one. Interesting.
As Nancy Pelosi...
So you hear what she was saying there? That a fake vote was cast for it, all right? And when she tried to actually go vote for herself, she couldn't do it. And so it had to be sent to judges to even vote on that, to cast her actual ballot or whatever. And we're not with the voting system, whatever. I'm just reporting this thing here, okay? So that's why I said this particular, I don't know if you call it a podcast or whatever. It's kind of interesting, and we don't ever validate any of these things. That's why you always hear me say if this is true, because you never know. Could be just a scene from a movie, right? Or it could be realistic. All right, we don't know. All right, if these things be true.
Pelosi said Democrats are cold-blooded and they find ways to win the races that count. Illegal ballot harvesting schemes are being used to rig elections across the country, with a forensic focus on key races that will determine the outcome of the November 5th election.
Like the whole thing with the dome, when they was counting, that was the big thing here, was the counting of the ballots at the dome. It was all counting the ballots, and they told them that it was a leak on the opposite side of the dome. Everybody needed to evacuate. So then when they all left, the Democrats went back in and started counting and doing voting and went back to the headquarters. They didn't know.
You know that for a fact?
That's what happened. Yeah. When they were counting, I think during that hour, that stretch of that, it was only like less than 100 votes was counted for Trump. And just statistically, you downtown, there's going to be more than 100 votes for Trump. That's what happened in 2020, because that's when the ballots, and they started stuffing the ballots, and people stuffing the ballots, and they got videotape on it. But nobody talks about it, because they wanted. That's why Trump been making that big deal about it. Because you see it on videotape. It's like we see the man pull up and put 100 ballots in his box. You can't do this. Bruce is paying people to do just that. Drop off ballots, go around, collect ballots, collect absentee ballots, drop them off.
As the people of the world continue to wake up to the crimes of the elites, the time has come for justice to be served. According to Putin, the US election has been rigged, and the global elite left their fingerprints all over the crime scene. Democrats have been hiding in plain sight for years, running what Joe Biden described as the most extensive voter fraud organization in history.
We have put together, I think, the most extensive and inclusive voter fraud organization in the history of American politics.
Remember when Hillary Clinton introduced her good friend George Soros and explained his interest in US elections? That's right, not US politics, US elections.
It is not enough for America's future that some participate and others don't. We have been given an extraordinary blessing, and at this moment in time, our country needs us, and we need people like George Soros, who is fearless and willing to step up when it counts. So please join me in welcoming George Soros.
It is the first time that I feel that I need to stand up and do something really and become really engaged in the electoral process in this country.
But thanks to people like yourself, who have refused to be cowed in the face of blatant gaslighting and psychological manipulation, times are changing, and we are destroying the propaganda machine. People are waking up and demanding accountability. For the first time in modern history, we're on the verge of a real change, with investigations underway and justice finally within reach.
Yeah, people are waking up because it's time to wake up. Because let me see what I can pull up here. We always go to this. Bear with this. Okay, moving a little slow there. Just bear with it. Gonna pull up Esdras, okay? As a matter of fact, let's just go straight to it. Come on. All right. This is what is about to happen in Babylon. The pot's about to spill over, man. This hot pot of chaos is about to spill over. Whether it be through this election that's near, we're watching to see, because we don't know. We can't say for sure. We're just watching. Or whether it be through some other incident, some other crisis or crises. Well, we know, it's about to go down in Babylon the Great. And we're waiting on it, okay? Because this is how we move forward as a whole if we elect. And we're moving to that time period, of chaos here. Chaos. So it says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein. 2 Esdras 15:14. Verse 15 says, for the sword and the destruction draws nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. Yeah, you MFers, you cheated us in the ballot booths or whatever. You lie. Your political party is trash because they're liars. They made voter fraud. No, they're not lying. It was the truth. She won or he won, and blah, 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 blah. All these, and I mentioned before, America is divided on many levels here, all right? You have on a racial level, okay? You have an interracial level, all right? Because you have, because blinded off of skin color and stuff like that. So you have those of different so-called nationalities against one another. You got the Israelites being pitted one against another, all right? You have all the different nations pitted one against another in a sense here in Babylon. And then they're all against each other. And then you have political issues as well. And that's the main one, all right? The great divider right now in Babylon the Great is, what political party do you stand with? What candidate do you want to be the president? And all these things are issues of the dead, okay? Whether it be the heathen nations or the dead Israelites, all right, in spirit, all right? These are issues of the dead, because the hopeful elect remnant are looking forward. You know, we're looking at the sky for Yahweh to return. We're looking at the prophecies for things to roll out, okay? We're not looking for a freaking president, okay? Whoever becomes president next, we hope is the freaking last one. If there is even, you know, the election goes through, which whoever is current is going to be last, which in that case, by default, Kamala is going to be president, because Joe old ass is trying to step down. They've strategically done that. In an event, you know, like war or whatever, you're not electing a new president. Whoever's the president is going to remain president. So if Joe stepping down, who's going to be the president? It's going to be acting President Kamala, who's going to end up being president and not just acting, standing in as president. See? But if it goes through, she may still be president. Depends on what the elites are looking for. Or it could be Trump. Either way, blues are not going to like the reds. Reds are not going to like the blue. That is the highest division amongst the American people right now. And then you have other issues, okay, like domestic issues, or, you know, if you want to put it that way. They went from talking about the war in Gaza and free Palestine, and then they talk about the Jews, and then you talk about, everybody's talking about the presidential election. But it shows you how easily the American people are swayed from subject to subject to subject when necessary. And you never know what the elites that did it, because what happened to free Palestine just went away, just like Black Lives Matter. It just went away. And then those things knows all lives matter. Then they put gay people in it. See? The American people are easily fooled. And then they started talking about the Jews. Some were talking against them, some were standing with them. Or the Jewish, I should say, because they're the real Jews. And now you have the presidential election. So it says, where there shall be sedition among men, and in hating one another, they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall determine their power. This isn't right. And we feel like this is how you solve this issue. And we're going to stand up for what we believe in. And if we have to, we'll fight, right? And you got some of these, especially these rednecks down here, they will draw blood if necessary, okay? Especially talking about taking away their rights and their guns. Yes, they will draw blood, man. So it says, and shall this, well, we don't really need the next verse, because that's a couple other verses there. It says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, for because of their pride, all right, all the anger that everybody has one against another from all these separations of issues, right? It says the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. All right, some people are going to be out there in the fray, and some people are going to be scared, and they're not going to know what to do. You see, there's people who have their cares and affairs in this world. They have no idea what's going on. Not when it comes to the truth. No, in this world, because they don't watch what the issues, the political issues going on in this world. Different executive orders, all right? The DOD, all right? The World Economic Forum, the BRICS summits, all these different things. Everybody watching these things, man. They're too busy worrying about other people. They want to know what other people are talking about rather than worrying about your life or death situation. Rather than looking at the issues of the world. You see? It says they shall be afraid. It says a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. No one's going to care, man. The love of many shall wax cold, as the scripture has said. But shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread. And for what? Great tribulation. And you got these anti-messiahs that keep talking about it fucking, excuse me, I slipped in. Keep talking about 7-year tribulation and being taken out of it, okay? I just watched a video Illuminati Zagba was doing, this weirdo, okay, with the, I don't know what the hell kind of, dude got the Count Chocolate hair. But anyways, talk about He said, I guess they want to be left behind. Yes, nigga, we want to be left behind. That's what the scriptures say. Those that are left behind are more blessed than those that be taken away, because those that are taken away are dead. And you didn't get raptured out. You died. The Lord took your ass up out of here, man. Yes, we want to be left behind. So you've been watching too many damn Christian movies, man. But anyway, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. And this election may be a catalyst moving forward to that time of the lack of bread and things of that nature, because we know that's all part of Esau's agenda to try to corral the people into their micro C-hip and that digital system, man. So, we're just waiting and seeing, man. That's all we can do, and pray. Watch your brothers pray, as the scriptures say. Actually, we don't need that verse. We can see if we can find my man again. Shoot, I'm gonna have to pull the article back up. Bear with me a quick second. All right, yep, found it. All right, so let's play the video again. Come on.
We've got all the details after this important message from our sponsor. The globalists are trying to make us all poorer and destroy what's left of the economy. The Biden regime is following all of the WF diktats to the letter. They literally want you to own nothing and pretend to be happy. It's no joke. That's why I recently decided to put a lot of my own savings into precious metals, gold and silver. I don't trust the banks.
Yeah, don't trust that either. You can't trust the banks because everything's going digital. And when these troops come over here, the scriptures tell you that they're not going to regard that gold nor silver. Let me see if I can pull that up. They should not regard gold nor silver. So stop listening to these guys like this. The government probably going to come take his little precious metals. Okay, because there's nothing you can do to stop this system, man. That's prophecy. It's not these devils. These devils are being used to fulfill it, but these are the words of the Lord, man. It's prophecy. Okay, let me see if I can pull it up. I probably didn't have to type that much, but I want to get it. Or will it comes up? Isaiah 13:17. Okay, I was thinking it was in another chapter, so I'm glad I punched it in. Isaiah 13:17. Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them. Who are the modern-day Medes? That's the Russians. Okay, that's the main. That's the main fighter on the opposite side with the BRICS nations. The backbone to the nations, like it says in Ezekiel 38. Okay, be thou a guard unto them. Okay, so it says, behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. Okay, so if you listen to guys like this, it ain't gonna get you nowhere. Okay, because you cannot do enough doomsday prepping. You cannot buy or stock up enough gold or silver or precious metals and all these different things. They're not gonna matter, man. In a time of war, they're not. What are you gonna be buying? Okay, you worrying about a rocket or a bomb or a grenade dropping on your house, man. Okay, all the buying and selling, for those that it's meant for, they're gonna fall to the system and take the micro C-hip, man. So what is he talking about? Everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. Their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses shall be spoiled, and their wives ravished. But hold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. Their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb, meaning the babies, the infants, whether the lady's pregnant or what, it ain't gonna matter, right? It says their eyes shall not spare children. Okay, so you got what you need right there, straightforward, man. Let me see here. That's good, but that's going into the nuclear missiles. I don't really need that. So all that is good. Let me play some more of the video.
Banks, I don't trust governments, and I don't trust big tech with my hard-earned money. Why? Because the handful of people that I do trust to give me financial advice, Max Kaiser for instance, have all said that gold is the best insurance against inflation and the stock market. So I decided to partner up with our sponsor, Colonial Metals Group. They helped me set up a self-directed IRA, where I have access to all of my assets, no matter what restrictions the government impose on everybody else. Let the team of experts at CMG help you protect your family's future. and viewers of this channel are being given an exclusive offer. Click on the link below this video or call the 800 number 88-351-2043 or go to Cologne.
Hey folks, Donald Trump Jr. here with urgent news. The world's central banks are making
Voter registration applications were dropped off in 2 batches shortly before the deadline. Authorities believe a large-scale criminal organization is behind this fraud, and the district attorney has vowed to investigate and hold them responsible.
Good morning, everyone. District Attorney Heather Adams. On Tuesday afternoon, I was contacted by Krista Miller, who is our Chief Clerk of Elections, regarding potentially fraudulent voter registration applications that had recently been received by her office.